All right, so let's go start with our CrimeDW case study 1 demo. So you can do the food inspection of the crime data. So the first thing that we need to do is, I'm going to give you all of the, I'm going to refresh the data, is to upload the raw data. So that can be a CSV or a flat file or Excel or any other file. In this case, I have modified my file from a CSV to Excel to, make it easy. Here it is. First thing you need to do is make sure that you select Excel, look for that file. In this case, we are looking at the crime of the United States between, I think, 2007, 2008. It's old data, that doesn't matter. And the version of the Excel that I'm using is 97-2003. Excuse me. Now I'm going to go here and use my localhost. The server client is the server in my computer. I want it to be copied here. Before I move forward, I want to make sure that I select varchar max so I don't have problems with my data. So I only have two measurements, two dimensions there. The rest are all measurements. So I'm just going to go next. I see that everything should be okay, and next, and finish. So give a second to upload all the roads. All right, and close. I'm going to refresh, always refresh. I'm going to rename this raw data because I know that the data there has not been cleaned, filtered, nothing. So I have a raw data. So before I can move forward, I just want to kind of see what is inside my data. So before I do anything, I know that I have many measurements here, right, with numbers that I can use in my fact table. And then I have three different type of dimensions. I have the state, the city, and the year. And also I have an ID, right? So you actually can build the stage tables with that ID to use to map. So great. So, all right. So I looked at that. Have identified all my measurements: population, violent crimes, murders, rape, oh my God, terrible. Okay. So I have identified that and also have identified my dimensions here. Okay. What I'm going to do next is I do have the data for the already done here. So I'm just going to open this with Notepad. So I have here my crime stage area, and I have a key, a stage area key. I have my city key because I'm going to create a city dimension, a year dimension, a state dimension, and I'm going to use this source for connecting with my tables. So perfect. So everything, oh, here, mistake. Should be varchar because I did this before and it did not work because the unicorn, non-unicorn. So I'm using varchar because I don't want to run into problems with transforming the data. I wanted to do everything else. Everything should be null. The only thing that is not null is my key that's going to be auto-generated. Okay, so I'm going to create this table here. So you can create this table here on the database, or you can use the data tools to create using an execute task. So I'm going to use this query because this seems people are more comfortable with it. Just going to paste it there and run it. And that's going to be my stage table. All right, so that's going to be my query. All right, I'm going to refresh. I'm going to refresh. Uh, and here is my stage area. However, if you open it, it's empty. So the next step is, let's go look at the next step. So we uploaded the data. We identify the DIN tables. That's what it's going to go and give context to that measurement. And the fact table is going to be the measurements. So everything that has measurements is going to be placed in my fact table together with my foreign keys. So now we're going to use the data tools, the SSDT 2017 Visual Studio to do the ETL. So we're going to get the data from the raw data all the way to the stage area. So let's go into the next step and let's go and right here is open. All right. So I'm going to create a new, 1 second. Let me go here to just give me a second. I have so many that are really getting out of control here. Crime demo, crime, this one. Delete them. Okay, I'm gonna call this crime. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you should do integration services, crime data underscore demo underscore 0308. No, it is. All right, so here I'm gonna do that because I have so many that I cannot find. So the first thing that I'm gonna do here is to identify. To the right, I have this little window here that is the Solution Explorer and show me the tree map for the folders to the project folder. To the left, I have the SSIS tools that have different tools that I can use. And in the top, I have the data flow, the data control, the parameters, event handlers, and packages. So we're going to be using the control flow. I'm going to go and rename this package. Ah, my goodness. I froze. Okay. I'll I'll rename it later. So this is going to be the raw data. And the way why no, I'm sorry. This is going to be the upload stage. All right, so this is data flow task going to be the loaded stage. Here I'm going to grab the source assistant. I'm going to connect to my server. Please do not forget to rename your package so you know what they are. I have copied my server so I can do this faster, and I'm going to grab that demo crime. I think it's the demo CrimeDW, hopefully. And in the bar, I'm going to rename data source. Here is going to be our raw data. So I know that I'm grabbing the raw data. And my destination assistant, I'm going to call it upload stage. Make your life easy and paste that server name in there. So demo crime data. There you go. And here is going to be load stage. So the data is going to be uploaded to the stage. Right click edit, and I'm going to grab that raw data. So it's the only thing that I can grab, the raw data. Perfect. And then I'm going to connect. And then here I'm going to format where it's going. It's going to the stage area because the stage area is the table that I'm going to grab all my data. So I'm going to grab here. I'm going to map that because I need that ID to connect tables. And also I need that. So if I look, the only one, two, three, four things that should be ignored is the stage key that's going to be auto incremented, and the city, the year, the state are going to be auto incremented when I create them. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and execute task this, and it worked. So perfect, because I had a problem before with Unicode and non-Unicode, and I had to restart the video because that was I didn't thought logically, and I had a problem. So all right, so here's my stage area, and if I see, I have everything loaded but the city, key, year, state, and so forth. All right, the next step is to create the tables. So there is two ways to create the tables, guys. You can use the data tools to create the tables as we did with the retail, or you can just get to the create it here. So I'm going to create it here for simplicity. Crime data and create tables. All right, so I here have my tables. I'm going to create all of them. Yes. However, I'm going to add what is the raw source ID here, and is an int. Yes, is an int. So I actually going to add this data is int and null here to all my data. And why I am doing this? Because I had to find a way to match the data so I can update my stage table. So the last table that I am going to upload is going to have all the keys saved. So source data, the only one that we're not going to put the source is the fact table, because we already have the source ID in there. So okay, so I'm just going to go and grab a new query, and I am going to paste them all in there. And then, so I have three of them. So I have state, that's the first. Then I have city, and then I have year. And all of them have. So I have only three dimensions here in my design, right? And then the end, I have my fact table with all my keys. So crime key, state key, city key, a key, and this source here, everything fine. So, okay, so let me go and look at the steps here. So here that I did this, right? Now I need to create, you have identified the fact and the dimension. So you're going to create the dim and the fact tables. And in your design, always identify tables that do not have foreign keys, then tables that have relationships, so foreign keys. So tables that do not have foreign keys first, and then tables that have foreign keys come after. So, all right, so I'm doing the state first, then the city, then the year, and then the last one is the fact crime. So, yes, and I'm going to call this create team and fact tables. All right, there you go. So I'm going to close this up, close everything. I'm going to refresh it. And if I open my tables, all of them should be there. The tables should not have a primary key or a foreign key assigned, none of them, because you want to add the data first and then you give a foreign key and um, um, primary keys. All right. So if I go to the city, no, I said the state was first. If I go to the state and open here, the data is empty. So we need to allow the system to create the auto increment. So let's go. Oh, wait. Is this the staging area? I'm going to create a folder here. Wait, hold on. So here is going to be final queries. That's the stage. There you go. All right, so I'm going to go to my data tools. This package was renamed stage. All right, so I'm going to go and close it here, and I'm going to create now a new package. This package is going to load data of, no, load dim. Dim what? State is the first. All right, so we had to load the data for the state. However, there is one little catch here for this is dim state. Is what go back. It's one little catch here. So let me go before we load all the data and we mess it up. So when you go and to the raw data and let's go stage area, correct? And we say select state from stage. What is the name of the table? Oh, crime is stage area. Crime stage area. You see that it's multiple Alaskas, Alabamas, and so forth. Let me see. Can I open this? Yeah. So you have multiple here states, and when you want to load this to your table, you don't want multiple Alabamas. That makes no sense. You just want one Alabama, right? You want one unique from each state. So what you need to do is if you go this thing, so if you go and run a distinct in here, now you have distinct that let's go order by state ascending. And then you actually can see the ascending order of the state. So that's what you need to upload to your data. However, your data is not presented like that in your stage area because you have multiple times that a crime has happened into the state. So you need to allow for, and I think I have the query here for you guys too. So we are going to use this distinct area, distinct crime, and we're going to update too. So let me go and go back to the data tools. And here I'm going to grab a source system. You're going to connect to the server just like we have done before. And here I'm going to grab that, copy. Gonna grab that. All right, and this is going to be dim state. And here we're going to grab the destination. Same thing. And here we're going to grab that demo CrimeDW. All right. Before I do anything, this is important. Let's make sure that there is other ways, and I'm going to show you a video of this person who does this in a different way. All right. So the first thing here. So we talked about that we want to go and grab the data from the stage area, correct? The crime stage area. All right. We're going to get all the and everything. However, I said that we really need to import distinct values um, for that table. So I don't want many Alabamas, just need one Alabama. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to my source system here. You see where it says data access mode? I'm going to select the SQL command right there. And I'm going to say, okay. I'm going to connect to my destination. I'm going to edit and I'm going to select the state. Here in the mappings, the only thing that should be uploaded here is the state. It's not going to upload it my source ID though because I selected unique. Okay. So my is not going to use the state, the ID. So okay, so we're not gonna bother with that. All right, so we're going to execute task and we uploaded the data. And if we close here, no. If we go to the state, we see that the state is auto incremented. We're gonna have to add this manually, all right? That's okay. Okay, so let's go leave that for now. Now, the next step is you already have the key for the state, correct? Now you had to update the staging area. So we're going to grab the update here. You can do that with the data tools, or you can use here the query for the purpose of a project that is small. That's fine. So we're going to update the crime data here. And let me see, crime stage area, that's the name of it. Crime stage area, the stage area key, dim state. Now we are going to update the key using the state. Okay, so we're going to use the state, not the row ID. So we're going to go and execute this, and the rows were affected. So if you go and refresh, open the crime data, the tables, and you go to the staging area, and now you see that the state key was updated. All right, so the state key was updated. Now we need to proceed with the city key, the year key, so we need to actually load data. Let me go and save this to that new folder. Okay, there you go. So let me leave this here. So, okay. So you have there, I'm going to close it, the stage and this, and I'm going to add a new package. I'm going to call this package, it was a state city, theme city. So here, the data flow task, theme city. The theme city doesn't need a distinct source assistant. Copy. And here I have the destination. Okay, client. There you go. Demo CrimeDW. All right. So now you should rename it. Please rename everything. Here I'm going to always grab the stage area because that's where I'm going to grab the data from. Here it is. And here I'm going to edit and grab. I said we're working on the city. Dim city. I'm going to go here, and I don't need the city key because it's going to be auto increment, and I need everything else. All right. So I'm going to go and execute this task, and it work. If I go here to my tables and I open the city, right? Okay, city. I can see that the key and the source was auto increment. All right, perfect. But now I had to load that values from the city key all the way to my staging area. So I actually gonna go and copy this, and I had to update again my staging area. This time is not this deemed state, is this city, and is city key. So if you don't know how you typed it, just use the plus and open the columns, and then you can see how you column names are defined typed. City key, crime, city key from the city where Greens, and here we're going to use that source underscore raw ID, and here I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to use that to connect between the two tables. So I'm going to go and run this. Let me see if I didn't forget cream stage error, because that's cd key and cd key uh, state Oh, no, it's not a state. We're doing the city. City, city, and city. That's what we're doing, right? Correct? We already did the state. Now we're doing the city. And that's you go. So if you go and refresh, open the tables, open the stage area, you can see that now the city was updated. So we have one more to go, the year. So we're going to close it so we can put data in it. I had to put this. I'll save this, all of them, when I finish. Now we're going to do a new package. This is the last one. I'm going to call this dim year. Oh, this is the last of the Jesus Christ. Okay. Rename dim year. All right. So now I'm going to grab a data flow task. We're going to update that year. Source. Connect. No. Z. Make sure to name everything. I did not name the connections in the bottom. You should do it. All right. So here, before I connect it, I'm going to grab that stage area that has all my data. Perfect. Connect it to the destination. And here is going to edit. I'm going to grab that, what we're doing here, right? Here, mappings. The year key has to be auto increment by the system. So we're going to choose ignore. Everything else is fine. We're going to execute. And it work. So I'm going to go here, refresh. And if I open the table and I open the year, you can see that all the data was uploaded. Perfect. So now we need to do what? We need to go here. We need to update that stage area. And this time is, what is a year key? Year key, dim year, and year key. Let me open the year to see the column. So it's year key. The year key is uppercase there and is uppercase. Okay, then dim year, and here is dim year, and here is, yeah, we're connecting to the same idea again. So dim year is uppercase, dim year, stage area, and dim year. Okay, so make sure that you update again, refresh, open tables, check your stage area, and now you can see that your stage area is complete. So now we need to do the last step is to upload the fact crime and upload all the keys to the fact table. So the last step, almost the last step, is to create a new package. This package is going to be named fact crime, I guess. Is fact crime? Fact crime, yeah. Here we're gonna flow task, fact crime, source. No. Now we're going to grab the destination. Why did I do that? Okay, now we have to wait. I click it by accident. There you go. And then we're gonna go and grab the demo crime. And okay. All right. So please make sure that you rename that, rename the source. So here, I'm going to grab that stage area because that's what I need. And in here, I'm going to dump that on what we're doing now, the fact. Okay, very important. Facts, crime. So here, all the time we have ignored the keys, correct? In this case, we're only going to ignore the crime key. Everything else should be uploaded because we're going to use the keys that were auto-generated by the system to upload it to the final table because they are going to be foreign keys. So that'll be okay. And then we're going to execute. And yay, we're done. So what I need from you is to take a screenshot of all the data flow tasks. You're going to have different names and a screenshot here of your solution explorer. So I need to know that you did all of them and it's perfect. So you should have stage, crime, state, year, and city. All right, very good. So that part is done. Yufa. All right, so now we're gonna go and refresh this. So we don't need to do any more updates. And I'm gonna put this on retail crime data final queries. Okay, there you go. Now we're gonna refresh and you'll see that the fact crime is uploaded with all the data that you needed. Okay, perfect. Now you can go on and create a schema. But before that, we have not given any, in order to add a foreign key, the keys had to have unique identifiers. We have not add them yet. So I'm going to go and select design and I'm going to go on adding a primary key for each table. State, design, and here the state, set primary key, okay, yes. Here, design, primary key, close, yes. And the fact crime, design, primary key, set primary key, close, and yes. All right, so now all my tables have a primary key. So I can go on and adding the alter table. So how you modify a table to add is that's the update alter table. So the alter table modifies. Now let me look for the alter table here. Delete object, update. Let me see this one. How about this one? No. Delete object? No. How about this one? No. Well, what is my alter tables? City, year, crime fact. Final queries, distinct, crime update, crime storage stage. No, alter table. Okay, let's go do it by memory. So alter, because I am so fast. Alter table, and then the name of the table that you want to alter is the fact crime. Right? That's the table you want to alter. You want to add constraint, and the type of constraint is foreign key underscore, what is the name of the key? Crime, the first one. We don't have, the first one is city. So the key will be deemed city. We want to, the first one we're going to do is the city. So city key. Let me see. That's the city. Let me open the columns. City key. City, is that uppercase or no? City key. All right. Add center foreign key, and then is city key. Uh, references. Is that? No, that's not correct. Let's see. References. The parent table is dim city, and the key is city key. Okay, so we add outer table fact. Crime, is that the way that we wrote a fact? And C is uppercase. Add constraints, a foreign key constraint, foreign keys, city key, and then the parent table is named city and okay. So let's go execute. That was okay. So now let me copy the same, but now we're going to do, we did the city, now we need to do the state. Now I need to look at the state columns. A state key is lowercase here, and again a state lowercase key, lowercase key, lowercase key, and this is the state. All right, so now we are modifying, we add in a foreign key from the state key, and it worked. Now let's go do the last one. Is we only have 3, and the last one is the ear columns, ear key. The key is uppercase. Key. Key. If you don't remember how to do alter tables, please, you must practice, because that's a very essential skill that you need to do. That's like introduction to database. So let's go do the last one. Execute. All right, so all of them were executed. So now all the tables have foreign key and a primary key. So let me save this. Yes. And I'm going to save this final queries, and I'm going to call this alter tables. Okay. So crime update. All right. I'm going to open here. And now that I have my keys, I can do the final process. That is, I'm now going to add the crime stage area. That's only to dump, to load data. Those is not meaningful in my design. And I'm not going to use the raw data either, because it's not meaningful in my design. So here I have the year, the city, and the state. And now with this final diagram, I can um, use the data, can aggregate the data, can I sum the values, and I can use the state to see where the crime, violent crime happened, in which state, in which city, and which year. So that's the final process for the case study one using the crime data. How you're going to submit this? You're going to take a screenshot of this diagram. You're going to take a screenshot of your tables here. You're going to put it in a Word document and submit the zip folder. Let's see here. So you're going to go wherever that you save your program. The default is add users, then your name, then sources, then repository, and then here is your folder. Here's my folder. So in here, I'm going to paste the Word document. I'm going to go back. I'm going to right click, compress file, and that's what you're going to submit. All right. So that makes sense. All right. So let me go and that's it. Let me upload this to YouTube.